Hello! So growing up, I watched a lot of shows on Disney Channel. Actually, I watched all of these. It was a lot. But I gravitated towards Disney Channel shows because a lot of them were about teenage girls growing up. And I was a teenage girl growing up. And so I could go through the adventures and experiences with the characters that I watched, which was super great, and I loved every second of it. My favorite character on Disney Channel, and the one that I related to the most, was Raven Baxter from That's So Raven, because she was loud and energetic and a little bit extra, and I'm all of those things, and I really looked up to her as a role model. And then I realized, wait, that's like one of the only black characters on Disney Channel that I was watching. So I realized that there was very little to no black representation on Disney Channel's live action shows in the time that I was growing up. And when there was, the black characters didn't encounter issues specific to black people. And I was curious. And I asked my friends and family who also watch these Disney Channel original series what they thought about this and if they agreed with me.
I grew up watching Lizzie McGuire, Kim Possible, Hannah Montana, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, that one with the brother.
I watched Lizzie McGuire, obviously, That's So Raven, Wizards of Waverly Place, Shake It Up, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and then the other one, the boat one. Sweet Life on Deck.
That's So Raven, Lizzie McGuire, Phil of the Future, Wizards of Waverly Place, Even Stevens,
Lizzie McGuire, That's So Raven, Phil of the Future, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Hannah Montana, Corey in the House, Wizards of Waverly Place, The Sweet Life on Deck, Sunny with a Chance, Shake It Up, Good Luck Charlie. Should I say, like, I watched Even Stevens, but I didn't, like, watch it. I've just, like, seen it.
I mean, it's Disney Channel.
So it's just like your choice?
Yeah.
I think it was because my brothers and my sisters, they just grew up watching Disney Channel, and that was what was on besides Cartoon Network and Nick.
My older sister watched all of those shows, so I just watched them with her, so I got hooked on them. They were entertaining. Like, it wasn't like I didn't feel pressured to watch them. They were entertaining, I think.
Okay, so I wasn't allowed to watch Nickelodeon for a really long time, so that was my parent restriction. So I kind of like grew up as a Disney kid. Like, for the most part, I just watched it because I liked it, and my cousins watched it.
I didn't think about black representation on Disney Channel while I was growing up.
Back then, I didn't really think too much of it.
I didn't really notice it growing up.
I didn't think about it.
They were just fun characters.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm half white and half black, so, like, I didn't really see color. It was just kind of, like, whatever, you know? Like, I just was used to it.
I don't know, I never thought about the color of people's skins in the shows because Disney Channel just always was like, this is what reality is if this is how old you are.
Like, we live in a predominantly white community, and my mom's white, and all my cousins are light-skinned, so it wasn't I just grew up thinking that the world was just mostly white. Like, I didn't really think anything of it.
Thinking back, like, I do think that it was obviously mostly white. Not sure why. But we had, like, That's So Raven and Corey in the House, so, like, I still saw people that looked like me and, like, my family, so I was like, okay.
Now, as I'm growing into a political identity, I'm kind of realizing how much more there should have been.
Looking back now, as someone who studies critical race theory and media, I think that the only show that had black people obviously was That's So Raven. I don't necessarily feel any specific way towards Disney in particular because there's lack of representation in the whole entire media industry. When I think about that within Disney and children's television, I just think that to be like a part of the problem of representation of black and brown bodies in society, and that's a part of it, you know.
Shake it up. I liked Zendaya's character. I don't think I thought that was, I liked Zendaya's character. But by that time I was already, what, like 13, 10? 10? I was 10.
Yeah.
So, I don't think I needed it as much.
Like, Shake It Up, I like, Zendaya was like my idol, because I was like, dude, we are the same, like, this is lit. And like, Raven, I guess.
The only one I can think of is Raven, but even then, there's only certain parts of her that I identified with, like the fact that she was black, you know, and she was always a little awkward, like me.
Raven? Because she was loud. I related to all the white characters. I was Lizzie, I was Lizzie. I was the main character in all the shows, basically.
Not really. There's no one that I can like think of that I'm like, wow, like I loved you. Like there's not really anybody. I don't know. I liked characters. Like I liked Lily, Emily Osment, and Hannah Montana, and like obviously Lizzie McGuire. But like there's no one that I really like connected with.
Maybe Maddie, because she was kind of smart, kind of responsible at times.
Chelsea from That's So Raven. She was a vegetarian, and I was interested in kind of that realm of, I don't know, I thought that was interesting, and obviously, like, I'm vegan now, so that kind of makes sense. Maddie from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, she worked, and like, she had like goals and stuff, and I have goals and stuff, so. Up until Michelle Obama was First Lady, I would envision myself, this is so embarrassing, I would envision myself as Hillary Duff, but like the one with the black hair from the Hillary Duff movie. Like when I would dream, I would, I like would picture myself like that, and then when Michelle Obama was First Lady, I pictured myself like Michelle Obama. No.
No.
I don't think so.
I'm just gonna go back to That's So Raven. There's only 2 episodes that I really remember. The model episode, and then there was another one where they were applying for a job, and the manager didn't feel right about hiring black people for the job.
The truth is, I don't hire black people.
I mean, I feel like if you want to think about the 1 or 2 episodes where for Black History Month,
I don't hire black people.
and even then, like, I'm not a black American from the United States, I'm a black Caribbean from Dominican Republic, so even then it was just like,
I feel like That's So Raven, yeah, they addressed it in That's So Raven.
Black people.
I think they addressed it in That's So Raven a couple of times. No, they didn't at all. Just once. Well, it's different also being light skinned, because you don't really, like, and where we live, I haven't really faced anything, or if I did, it wasn't, I didn't think, oh, racism. I always thought they just didn't like me. Like, I never really thought anything of it until I got to high school, and there were more people that looked like me, and like the Trayvon Martin case, and like I got more exposed to black issues that don't necessarily affect me here in suburban Connecticut, but affect people in other like communities. So Disney didn't really help me whatsoever with that. I don't know. It was like more of like a white shame, like you wouldn't want to talk about it because you didn't want white people to feel bad, which is dumb, but whatever.
I mean, I think that they showed examples of like problems that could arise, but I wouldn't say that they're specifically problems for black people. Like, I feel like with Disney Channel, they have to be really careful about that kind of stuff because kids are watching. Like, I feel like for Disney, that's like a really like iffy situation just because it's Disney. I guess having like more people that looked like me.
I think that like children's shows and children's television in general needs to have more of children's voices in the making process. And I feel like if Disney and other children networks were to take into consideration the voices of the people watching the show and the actors in the show, then more representation for underrepresented people would naturally come out.
Right now, I really think that we need a lot more shows with black characters, not just one or two, like multiple, and also with different types of personalities.
I would definitely have more main characters and characters that had aspirations. I don't know. It's hard because when I think about it, That's So Raven's like the only show. Like even we had Cory in the House, but I'm not a boy. Like I can't relate to that. So only having one character is kind of hard because if you don't really relate to them or like connect with that character, then you're kind of screwed. I would want to create a better variety of characters. If there were side characters, give them actual personalities and try to stay away from stereotypes, but like capitalize on the struggle and ambitions and stuff like that. Something that like people can look up to in a sense, but just so that they can see themselves in positions that they think that they can, like see themselves in powerful positions and stuff.
It's definitely something that I'll notice more now. Like, you've made me more aware of the fact that, like, black people are starting to, like, be on more Disney Channel shows compared to, like, when we were kids. So it's something that, like, I'll probably notice as I, like, have kids and they watch Disney Channel. And just seeing, like, how it's evolved with society, I think that'll be a really interesting thing to kind of watch.
Representation matters.
Like it's like 20% of people of color are represented in media and stuff, and I think it's important for kids to be exposed to the right diversity rates that they'll be exposed to when they're out and about. Not the real world, because this is the real world, but you know what I mean? So like if Disney Channel and other stations could properly represent the amount of, not even just African Americans, but like everyone, I think that would better prepare children for the different people and the different cultures that they're gonna experience throughout their life. I feel like by exposing children to people that are different than them, it'll definitely help with problems with hate and other things that kind of get in the way from people being productive. Word. People should, I don't know, do better. Like, and if you need to do better, come contact me at osnap. It's PHLILY on Twitter.
You just plug your channel in my academic face. Oh my god, you're done.